If you are like me, you are not photogenic. You are not like, serious, my, like, with photos and everything, they'll probably pop up here. But I am not the most photogenic person. Because of that, I always try to find out ways to look more photogenic, I guess. And I always try to figure out a way to look a bit more presentable, even if I can't look that great in photos. If you guys see in my videos, my hair is normally curled. Right now it's not. But my hair is normally really curled, and I don't know about you. I have straight hair. I don't know if you know the like Revlon blow dry hairbrush thingy. I use that, and this is like slightly more wavy, but normally my hair is like pin straight, and I hate my pin straight hair. So because of that, I'm going to show you my curling routine, and because, like, you know, hot girls don't gatekeep. I'm not gatekeeping for any of you guys. I want to make sure you guys are able to also look as presentable as you want, especially because this is like 2025, the new year. We all want to look our best, especially because, you know, it's 2025, why not? But let's get out of that little rut, show you my hair curling routine, and hopefully you can learn something out of this. If not, share it to someone else that you think probably wants their hair to be a little bit more curled. If you see in my videos, they are very curly. Well, no, not very curly, but just like, you know, a good smooth wave, very casual. So yeah, let's get into that. So in order, So basically what you need for all of this is just something to hold your hair back. I have thick hair, so I use 3 little ponytail holders. I don't know what people call these things. They're just like rubber bands that you can use to tie your hair up. I use 3. Also need a curling iron. Some people can also use straightening irons. I can do a video on that later on. If you want that, comment down below if you want that right now. I use a 1.5 inch curling iron. This is by Revlon. It's a clamp iron curling. Another thing you need is a good brush. This is a boar brush. I don't necessarily use this one. You don't have to have a specific one. I either use this or a vent brush, but you basically just need a brush. Some people also use heat protectant. I don't normally use heat protectant. I feel like it actually damages your hair more. I've been curling my hair for about 3 or 4 years, and I feel like my hair has gotten more dry every time I use it. If you want to use heat protectant, go ahead and do that. This one is Fuwear. I think it's like peach scented, rose and white floral. It's for curling your hair specifically. I got this in the Philippines. I don't think you're gonna get this in America, but if you do want to use a heat protectant, go ahead and make sure you just find one that works great for your hair and doesn't dry it out. Get something that'll keep you entertained. I normally listen to my Sabrina Carpenter album on CD. I also sometimes watch my favorite TV show. Right now I'm binge watching The Rookie. I don't know if any of you guys like that, but just find something to keep you entertained. This only takes a couple of minutes, but I do like something that I can watch while I do my hair or my makeup or something. So something optional you can definitely use are rollers. I have this 3-pack thingy. It comes in like 20 or I don't know, it comes in like 10 versions of these 3 things. You can get this on Amazon, you can get this at Walmart, even at the dollar store, honestly. Just a little bit more optional. I can show you how they come into play later on. Definitely something you can use if you want more of a more full curl in a way, more round instead of less dangly or flowy. Another thing I forgot to mention is actually oil, or like argan oil. I specifically use this one. This is a 100% pure cold pressed organic argan oil. I love argan oil because it's able to treat your hair, your skin, your nails, basically your whole body at this point. I'm completely obsessed with argan oil, but I normally use it directly after I curl my hair just so that there isn't that much damage, and so that like I'm able to keep it healthy, as dry, you know, and I'll add a little bit of shine throughout the day. I'm gonna turn my curler on. It's now beeping the light. I don't know if you can see that, but okay, so I normally set my hair curler thingy to like medium-ish. I put it right around there. You can see the 25. It's right before the 25, but it's not at 25. It depends on how thick your hair is and also how healthy it is. Thinner hair, something that's a little bit more dry, I would definitely go for more lower temperatures. But if you have very, very thick hair, I would definitely go for a higher temperature or a higher number, depending on what like dial your curling iron has. So definitely pay attention to that because you do not want to damage your hair. While my curling iron is heating up, I will take my brush, whatever brush you have, and my 3 little bands, and we're gonna tie up my hair. You want to tie your hair into a high ponytail. As high as you can possibly get, not at the top of your head, but definitely right around here. Your ponytail doesn't have to be perfect. No one's gonna see this outside. Like, I literally have this huge annoying bump here. If you are like me, I hate these bumps. I come from a like 10-year ballet background, and this is like the most annoying thing ever. It doesn't matter, go ahead and ignore that. Honestly, just make sure your ponytail is right around here. It needs to be pretty high. If you have front bangs like I do, go ahead and try to tie them back with the rest of your hair. If not, that's totally fine. You go ahead and curl that separately later on. The very first thing I do is I do use heat protectant. I would spray the heat protectant now just on the ponytail parts of your hair, not on any of this, because this doesn't really get touched. So you want to go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do it now. Just, spray a little bit of it. Run your hands through your hair to make sure that it's evenly distributed. Just basically do that, get that heat protectant into your hair. Okay, so if I do use heat protectant, I do like to let the hair like dry a little bit, because if your hair is wet, then your hair is kind of more vulnerable in a way. I don't want to curl my hair while my hair is wet so that I don't have that much damage onto it. Obviously, when you're putting heat to your hair, it's always going to create damage on it. So just so you know, make sure that your hair isn't as wet. Keep it as dry as possible. Okay, so when your hair is ready, whenever it's dry, the first thing you want to do is actually divide your hair into 2 separate pieces. You want to take it and divide it in half. Now keep in mind, it's perfectly okay if they come back together. It's just so that you can kind of have like that mental image or mental picture that your hair is divided. Next thing you want to do is take just a small section, whether it be your right or your left. From that, let's say I have this section right here. Take your curling iron. So if you're right-handed, this is what I do. I take my curling iron on my right hand, and I take my left hand holding the piece of hair. And make sure that the clamp is in the front. Make sure it's facing this way. Make sure it's not in the back, okay? The direction of the clamp is actually very important here. Basically, you take your hair this way, you take your clamp right here, and you clamp it right at the root of your ponytail. I like to let go of the hair just a little bit right here, turn it away from my face, so turning it outwards like that. Let it hold for like a couple seconds. This is why I like to have like a little bit of entertainment, songs, a movie, maybe like a show you're binge watching. Kind of curl your hair as you would normally just with this one strand, and you're just gonna go throughout the whole ponytail. But that's why we have to divide it into 2 little parts. I'm just curling it separately from the rest of the ponytail. And then when I'm done, so if I'm at around the end of my ponytail, I just take the clamp, let it go just a little bit. I'm putting a little bit of pressure onto that clamp, and then I'm slowly and carefully, making sure I don't hit my ear, letting it go. Just like that. I just accidentally turned off my curling iron. But the curl should look something like that if you're curling it that way. Little sections of your hair, and you turn it outward. The rest of the half of the hair for this right side, and you curl it that way. And then once you're done with that, you take the rest of this side and you curl it that way. Okay, so again, you take it on your left hand, and then you take this clamp over here, you clamp it right there, see that? And then you turn it just a little bit, hold it, just maybe 1, 2, 3 seconds, and then you put a little pressure on your clamp, let go just a little bit, and turn. If I'm able to do this every morning, it takes me less than 10 minutes just to curl my hair. And for a lot of people, it takes them around 15 minutes just to do one side, and I don't have that time. So this is how I curl my hair. I just wait every couple seconds just to turn, and then I separate the hair that's not being curled, and I just let it go. Go ahead and do that now, and then I'll show you what it looks like from behind. Sometimes you'll get strands kind of that are kind of more dangly, a little bit more straight than you would normally like them to be. It really depends on how you want your curls to be. If you have them a little bit more straight than you would like to be, just go ahead and recurl that hair. Later on when we take it down, we'll see again if it's like at that curl type that you want it to be, and then if it isn't, then we'll go ahead and recurl again. But this is basically the one half that's curled on this right side. This left side is still straight. It is all done. If you want to see it from behind, this is basically the curled end and this is the straight end. For the left side, I like to go from the inside outward. So I take the most inside part of my hair, would be the one closest to your head. I'll take it and I'll actually hold my hair with my left hand, and then I'll hold my clamp with my right. The clamp is still in the front because direction still has a big part of this. You just do the same thing with your hair. Hold your hair up here, and then, oh, if you can hear the background, that's my family. They're all screaming. I'm not exactly sure why they're screaming. They all just want to brush their teeth. I'm just gonna wait until they finish. Okay, so they stop screaming, they're done talking about my dad brushing their teeth. But basically, you take your hair, take the clamp, and make sure it's still facing front, and you just curl your hair the same way I told you for this side, except this time you're curling that way. You're still curling away from your face, away from your hair or your head, and you're just slowly turning the barrel of your curling iron. It's really that simple. This takes less than 10 minutes. I promise you, it's the most easiest curling routine you could ever do. It's much easier than just dividing your hair into separate sections, just because this has it all into that one ponytail. If you're getting ready for school or for work or some sort of just like special occasion, this is the best way on just how to curl your hair. And it's not your hair will just like release from the barrel by itself. That's perfectly fine. Just make sure it's curled. So there's that short little strand of curled hair, and then now we just got to do the rest. Okay, so at this point I'm just waiting for my parents to kind of calm down. I don't know, they're taking on all the Christmas stuff, so I'm just waiting for all the noise to like die down so you guys don't hear like the background and stuff. So basically all the curls are done, pretty much finished, and your makeup is done. You basically do your makeup directly after this and just let your hair cool down. If your hair is all cooled, this is what happens next. So basically you just take your hair down. This is like the most satisfying but also the most painful part. It hurts but it feels so good at the same time. You just bring it all the way down and you just let your hair kind of flop. Kind of just like start flipping your hair in 1 second. You just kind of do that, you know, just play with your hair. Kind of just get it in the, like get your hairline down, get your hair in where you want it. And essentially, it's gonna look really big and poofy. And I promise you, it's not gonna look like that all day unless you want it to look like that all day, then just leave it like this. Basically, just kind of comb out your hair with your hands. And if you have like a mirror, kind of like this one, I have this one attached to my wall. I'm not gonna show it to you right now, but if you can like use a mirror and kind of like see the back of your head if possible, just see if there are any like straight ends. And you basically just divide your hair into two and you just straighten with your hands and see if there's any just areas that need more curling. Let's say you have especially this side of your head. This side is a little bit more straight than I want it to. Go ahead and separate it from your hair. Take your iron and then curl it just like a normal curling routine without the ponytail. And just curl a little bit on the ends and just a little bit like that. So it kind of blends in with your hair. Just take in little strands and just see which parts you want more curled and curl them. And then your hair is basically done. For the people that do have a little bit of like shorter layers in the front that do have bangs, basically you can either take all of your hair or you can just take one side. And it's a little bit curled already, but if you want more of that curtain bang wave, take your curling iron, the clamp is right on top. So put it right in between, clamp is right on top, put it right there, and just curl it this way. Like that. And then you just kind of let it go. Now you can have it like this, or if you want a little bit more of a curl like that, take your hair and curl it outward. So basically take your clamp, make sure it's directly here right at the bottom, and curl it this way. And basically just let it go out. Curl it just a little bit. It doesn't matter if these strands come out, honestly, it just makes it look more natural. And then just like let it go down. And if you just brush it out, it creates more of that wave. I normally wear this one instead of this one. I don't want my curls going outwards. I'm actually gonna go ahead and touch this up real quick. So basically that's this hair tutorial. One last thing before you do go, and that is the argan oil. I basically just take a little bit of this, put it into my hands, and then I'll take it and I'll brush it out onto my hair. I'm not going to do it right now, but basically just for a little bit more of extra heat protection, kind of like a band-aid over your hair, take a little bit of argan oil. You can even use castor oil or just any oil that you really want to use. You can buy some hair oil from like Sephora, Amazon, Walmart, something like that. Just run it through your hair just so that your hair has that extra layer of protection. This is basically what it should look like. You have it, this is what it looks like on the back. And yeah, that's basically how I do my hair. I don't want to gatekeep for you guys. Basically, I just want to show you how I do my hair. This is like the simplest way I can think of to do my hair. If you want to use rollers, basically just after you curl your hair, like those strands in your hair on your ponytail, just put it into a roller. And that's basically it. Just roll it out when you're done. And yeah, so if you want to add a roller, you can do that. If you want an in-depth tutorial on how to do it with the rollers, I can definitely do that. But yeah, that's it.